Hello guys, welcome back to Altspace. For those of you that don't know, a while ago I recorded a video of a party that was held every Wednesday called Echo Space that was held in this game app social space called Altspace. It was a lot of fun. It was very interesting. There were a lot of new people, and it seemed to have quite a lot of positive feedback from my viewers, you guys. So I figured I would put a bit of a introduction video displaying or telling you what exactly Altspace is, what the point of it is, why I like it, and why I think you guys should try it. First of all, the main thing of Altspace is that Altspace is a VR or it's a social space that's meant for people with virtual reality, but not only people with virtual reality, to get together and kind of socially interact with each other. You can talk to each other. You can play video games or in-game apps. You can listen to music. You can watch YouTube videos. You can watch Netflix. Just interact and hang out with people, and kind of it's teaching people what you can do with VR and how far you can go with actually making people feel like they're in a room talking to each other and having a fun time hanging out with each other, even if you guys are on completely different sides of a planet, right? So Altspace can be played by people that have Vive, by people that have Oculus, by people that have the Oculus Gear VR technology for the Samsung phones, and just anybody that has a desktop computer. The reason I say desktop is because this game can be slightly intensive. I've tried running it on my older laptop that I commonly used for games. This laptop could run Dolphin, Project M, and Brawl with perfectly smooth frames. However, playing on Altspace, it was probably 30 or 40 frames. It was stuttery. It was not so well. So the game may not run very powerfully on your computer, but honestly, don't trust what I say. Go on the website, check the system requirements. Maybe I'll put the system requirements in the description to see if you can run it, right? If you want to play with the desktop version, for instance, all you need to do is go to the website, or I believe you can go on Steam, and you can download the game, pop on, make an account. It's really easy. It'll automatically work. Controls are really simple. WASD, shift makes you move faster. Holding right click makes you move, because just moving your mouse around will just shake your cursor. You have an on-screen cursor, so you can interact with the on-screen GUI, or yeah, and so that's how it would work with desktop mode. The game supports the Vive. The game supports the Vive controllers perfectly fine. It supports Oculus. It supports Xbox or PlayStation gamepads. And last but not least, it supports Leap Motion. However, Leap Motion cannot be used to control. It could be only used to display your hands, as you see or saw me use in the older video. So upon entering into Altspace, the first things that you're going to want to understand are obviously movement and teleporting, which is very simple. But after that, all of the GUI buttons on your screen. The large triangle is your menu button. That obviously you can open it up. You'll have a couple different tabs, as including a friends list that you can select. Friends, you can add them. You can join them if they're online. You have a people tab, which I believe is only going to be temporary. It was the old friends list system. It'll display everyone who's online, and you can just kind of see what rooms they're in, see what's going on. The web, basically an entire web browser, is just directly built into Altspace, so you can Google whatever you want. I believe if you play SoundCloud and you close the menu, you'll hear it's playing as you maneuver, but don't quote me on that. That might be changed. You can also, if you own a room, or if someone has in a room and they've allowed it, you can visit a website and then beam it up on the screen. And where the heck's the screen? Well, I hit the beam button, guys, but I can't tell you where it puts it up. I thought it put it up on this wall, but maybe I'm wrong. Somewhere in most rooms, you can beam up videos, and it'll beam them onto a screen, and you'll be able to watch videos together, listen to music together, show people something interesting on your web browser. And you'll also have a customization tab called You. In order to basically finalize your account in Altspace, you have to customize your character. In other words, everyone that joins will be given a specific model and a specific set of colors and a name with guest and a super long stream of numbers. And that's basically your guest profile. Your profile, even though you may have finalized it in your email, you have to officially customize your character in order for your name to be assigned to your character. And so that's done in this U tab. Give yourself some colors, some custom colors, figure out whatever model you like, and then give yourself some colors, save avatar. That will assign it to your character, and then you'll have a name. People actually see your name instead of guests. The other buttons that you can find on your GUI are obviously a microphone button. Pretty simple. Clicking it or selecting it will mute you or unmute you. If you join a room with, I believe, 3 to 5 people or more, it will automatically mute you because some people don't know, like some people on Gear VR won't have headsets plugged in. Therefore, they'll have echo coming straight from their speaker into their microphone. That's kind of the echo avoiding system, is that if you join a room, there's too many people, they don't want you echoing so loud, you echo all those people back to them, so it automatically mutes you, and you're going to have to unmute yourself. That's only in populated rooms. The option underneath the microphone is a little less understandable upon first glance. Basically, it is a personal space bubble kind of system. Upon enabling it, it gives you this little bubble around you that you can't see, but if someone gets too close to you, either with their Vive controllers, with their Leap Motion hands, or just their entire body, those portions will disappear, and if their body disappears, their voice will disappear along with it. This was, I believe, created because in a lot of interviews for Altspace that I saw in the past, a lot of women talked about perverted guys and perverted people getting too close, rubbing up on their girly parts in-game. This is kind of to avoid that. If someone tries to, their body will disappear. It'll also help, obviously, if you have any sort of anxiety in crowds and you don't like a lot of people and Altspace feels too real, because I have heard that it does to some. You can turn on that bubble and people can't get too close to you. You might feel a bit more comfortable. I usually keep that option off because you can't mess with someone's face or screw with them, and I'm perfectly fine with getting close to you guys. If you know what I mean. The emotions option is pretty simple. Click the buttons, they'll appear above your head. If you're using a mouse and keyboard, you can also press numbers 1 through 6 to display those emotions above your head. The option underneath there is a camera, and that's basically an in-game selfie stick that allows you to display emotions directly in your camera. You can zoom in and out, you can set yourself to third person, and you can take pictures. I believe this is a first-person option, yeah. And then you have the actual option to take the picture. Upon taking the picture, it will not take it at the resolution that you see in-game. The resolution you see in-game is a little bit lower, but upon taking the picture, it does actually take it higher resolution. You can save it. You can post it to different websites. I believe hitting the download option will save it to your documents. You can take big group photos with your friends like you may see here. It is a lot of fun. So that's basically the entirety of what you can do with the GUI on your screen. So upon opening Altspace and logging into your account, you will be basically put in this little waiting room. It just has a little bit of soft music. It's not very large, but it's just meant as a single-player hub. I do not believe you can return to this room after leaving it, so it's a title screen, if you will. You'll see this huge screen pop up in front of you. You will find probably a big Echo Space room or a thing telling you about Echo Space if you log in on Wednesday, because it's a very, very popular party that happens. People attend, and nowadays they have actual DJs who get on in VR, and they'll DJ for you for 2 or 3 hours. It's very fun. I definitely recommend trying it out if you are into experiencing a big party. As people say, it's the biggest party that happens in VR. Those of you who are new will have not only the lobby, but I believe in your recommended spaces, you'll have a space by the name of the Welcome Space or the New User Info Space. The New User Info Space will only be available to you for a week, and that's obviously the first room that you should join, because there is always a member of staff there. They can teach you what to do, they can explain the game to you, they can explain how to move, how to interact, what the whole point of Altspace is. They're going to be a lot more help than I am. After learning your way around in the new user space, they may encourage you to host an activity and see if you can get other people to join the activity. You can just talk to people there and hang out, or you can go over to the lobby, and the lobby is a popular room that it's the main hangout space for everyone who doesn't have anything to do or wants to just meet some new people. So I would say the number one most popular activity that you yourself could host if you want to find and play with new people, or the number one most fun one to just get together with people that are existing friends, is going to be called Holograms Against Humanity. In order to host it, you would go, you would right click, or I don't know exactly what button it is under the Vive, or you could select your triangle option. You scroll down to join an open activity. If it's not open, you can host an activity, and you will be hosting a thing called Holograms Against Humanity. Holograms Against Humanity is a extremely fun app that was originally developed by just a couple side developers that were just everyday players like us. And it was recently, I believe, bought out by the actual developers because it's such a popular game. You can come in and select an option in the middle, and then you will be loaded into this little circle. And once enough people come in, you can start a game of Holograms Against Humanity. It's exactly the same, except I believe they've added in a few 20, 30, 40, maybe 50 VR cards, Altspace cards. It's very, very fun. You have a lot of fun, obviously, and it's one of those great ways that you can end up playing Cards Against Humanity for free. And what better place to do it than in a social space where you can look at each other. If you're in VR, you could shake each other's hands, you could talk to each other, you can put emotes. It's a very, very fun thing to feel like you're just sitting around a table playing Cards Against Humanity with your friends, as opposed to using a website, which obviously could be limiting because you're just looking at a screen. Not necessarily a bad thing, but there's a lot more that you can do in a social space than you can do in just sitting around on Discord playing it or sitting around on Skype playing it. Now, another popular room that you might find yourself hanging out in, or other people hosting, is called Video Jukebox. The reason this room is so special is because they have a app preloaded into this area called the Video Jukebox. The Video Jukebox allows people to have this little menu directly above your triangle that you can point at. It looks like a play button. Upon opening it, you'll have a field where you can search YouTube for basically whatever video you possibly want. I am absolutely in love with this musician, so if I wanted to play this song, I select a plus, it will play next. You can turn it up and down, obviously. You can force a skip if you're the moderator, or you can vote to skip the song, and it will vote, the more people in the room, the more votes it takes to skip the song. I think it takes roughly 40 or 50% of the votes, maybe 60, to skip a song. It will play fully through. It's just a lot of fun to listen to music while you're talking to people, and this specific room not only has the Video Jukebox area, but there's another area where you can load in any other app and play that. So, for instance, I could load Holograms Against Humanity in here. I could load in a piano app, which I guess wouldn't go very well because of a little bit of music lag, but someone has actually created a MIDI piano app that you can load, where you can connect to a website on Chrome. It will detect MIDI that you have plugged in, and then whatever you play on your piano will play to Chrome, and that will send it to the app wherever you have it loaded in Altspace. So you can play piano with each other, you can listen to music with each other, actually do it. It looks like we have a random person in here just kind of hanging out, trying to take a look at what we're doing. You can decide upon hosting activities whether or not you would like only your friends to join, or just to leave it open to the public. And obviously, you'll always get 1, 2, maybe 3 people popping in every once in a while just to see what's going on, to listen to what you're doing, because everyone's curious. It's like walking over to someone's house, knocking on their door, coming inside to see what they're doing. This entire game is a gargantuan social neighborhood of sorts. So that's basically what Altspace is for. It's a social space to hang out, play games, just meet people, and kind of experience social interaction in VR with people. So I hope that this video was at least some help to someone. I hope that everyone that watches this will at least take a look at the game. Try it, get on, it's free, it's really cool, and honestly, it is a lot of fun to sit down and talk to people, to hang out with people. I very much enjoy this, and I can say I put a lot of hours into this, and I think I will continue to do so, especially after I get Oculus and Touch. I'm planning on ordering them together later on, and I'll probably be putting up some videos of me playing that. Yeah, I'm actually very excited. I think Altspace is the one thing I'm going to be spending most of my time in, just because I'm very excited to have social interaction with all of these people in VR and see what it's like to talk to, walk around with, hang out with everyone in VR. but I hope you guys can try it. I hope you liked the video, and please leave a like, subscribe, comment, tell me what you did or didn't like. Tell me how it went. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one, peeps.